Rise, Meg.
The Force will be with you.
Hello my dear friends and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. In today's video we're going to be talking about Bo-Katan's potential dark future. We're also going to be speaking about Rian Johnson and a brand new Star Wars project that's in the making. As always, before I dive into the video, please may I ask you to hit that big red subscribe button and give the bell a good old tickle to be alerted each and every time I post new content to the channel. So without any more jibber jabber, let's dive straight into it. So if you guys remember, 3 or 4 days ago I made a video where I talked about what Katee Sackhoff has said about her character. In that interview she also talked about how she wants to see Pre-Vizsla and Katee Kryze in live action form at some point. But now in a new interview, Katee Sackhoff says that Mandalorian fans are not supposed to know if they can trust Bo-Katan. So let's take a look at this article and what she said. Bo-Katan was featured in 2 episodes of Season 2 of The Mandalorian. She appeared in both Chapter 11 and also the finale. Now it seems like Katee Sackhoff has opened up to Polygon about Bo-Katan's somewhat ambiguous status within the Star Wars universe. And this is what she had to say. For anyone who has not seen the Clone Wars, Bo-Katan didn't necessarily start out on the right side of things. She thought that she was, but she is not completely good in this story. And she has had some nefarious intentions potentially at one point. She goes on to say that what she loved about the way that she was portrayed in The Mandalorian was that you don't really know what she's thinking or where she lands, or if you're supposed to like her or trust her. Finally, Katee Sackhoff added, at the end of Season 2 we're in a position where we've set ourselves up with our hero to potentially be in conflict. You don't quite know if you're supposed to root for her or not, and I love that. I love that grey area because she's not so black and white. Although Sackhoff has not yet been confirmed for The Mandalorian Season 2, it seems very unlikely that the series will continue without her. The Darksaber storyline remains unresolved after the titular character defeated Moff Gideon to win the dark-bladed weapon. Furthermore, with Grogu aka Baby Yoda currently finishing his Jedi training with Luke Skywalker, it seems that Djarin will need a new adventure in Season 3 of Jon Favreau's masterpiece. The odds are therefore seemingly good that Season 3 is going to involve Bo-Katan trying to win the Darksaber back from Djarin so she can avenge the death of her sister Duchess Satine. So here's what I think of this. Back when I was doing the episode breakdowns for The Mandalorian Season 2, I did state at the end of Chapter 11 as well as with Chapter 16 The Rescue that it doesn't seem like we can trust Bo-Katan. There were definitely those elements of dislikableness in the Clone Wars and Rebels, but in The Mandalorian in particular, it seems as though Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have set up her character to not be trustworthy. So do you think she'll be an adversary to Mando in Season 3, and where do you think her character will go next? Let me know in the comments down below guys, and we will move on to our next article. This next piece of news really caught me by surprise and I didn't expect to see anything of the sort. Apparently a new Star Wars project about the Sith planet Exegol seems to be in the works. So just to make clear, this has nothing to do with the upcoming show called The Acolyte, it's its own thing which apparently is being created. So just like with the surprise announcement of the Book of Boba Fett, Lucasfilm might have more tricks up their sleeve with an upcoming Sith show centered around the planet of Exegol. Of course, we were introduced to the planet in The Rise of Skywalker, and let's be honest, it was visually stunning. And if you remember, multiple times I've stated that it would be the perfect setting for a Star Wars horror movie. So let's take a look at this article. With several Star Wars projects currently in the pipeline, Disney have been on a mission to sign on some of the best minds in the film industry. According to a report from The Hollywood Reporter, one of the company's major recruits is director J.D. Dillard. He's reportedly been approached by the company to take on a rumoured Star Wars project which is called Exegol, and it could be in the works at the moment. It's believed that it's a Sith-based movie, and unlike other Star Wars films which had focused on the Jedi and the light side of the Force, this project is going to be very dark. One theory posits that the film could be an origin story for the First Order, which had previously established a base on Exegol before they rose to power. Now evidently this could tie into the Mandalorian universe, because with The Mandalorian Season 3 coming out, we're at a point where the First Order is on the brink. So coming back to this article, such a concept would mean that pivotal roles for the characters like Gallius Rex and General Ray Sloane could appear, as they were both involved in leading Imperial forces to Exegol. So yeah, nothing else is known at this point, but this is really cool news if it does turn out to be true. Exegol was certainly fascinating, and if it takes place during the Mandoverse, we could see the eventual rise of Palpatine, or to properly rephrase it, how he came back to life and cloned himself. Okay, so now let's move on and talk about Rian Johnson. So this all came about when I came across an article from Cinema Blend, who wrote a piece which is basically about questions we have for season 3 of Mando. One of the questions they have is who is going to direct various episodes. So they start off by saying that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau will no doubt have at least one episode each. They also talk about the return of Rick Famuyiwa, Bryce Dallas Howard, and others. But then they state Rian Johnson could fulfill his interest in doing an episode before he begins his proposed Star Wars trilogy. So I did a little bit of digging, and there have been rumours that Rian Johnson will direct an episode of season 3 of The Mandalorian, kind of like a test run for his broader trilogy whenever that comes out. Now, I'm very aware that a lot of people in my audience are not fans of The Last Jedi and really resent the movie. But even aside from episode 8, Rian Johnson is a phenomenal writer and director. And in a way, it would be a great opportunity to see what he's capable of in a different Star Wars setting aside from episode 8's The Last Jedi. But again, this is all speculation and rumour at this point, so let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. So now we're going to move on to our final article, and this is a couple of days old at this point, but it is worth mentioning. I'm of course talking about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, because there has been a big update to do with casting. Indira Varma is set to join the Disney Plus spin-off. We're not too sure which role she's going to play at this point, but it has been speculated pretty accurately in my opinion that she will play flashbacks of Katee Kryze. I think the Kenobi series is the perfect opportunity to show Obi-Wan's love interest during the Clone Wars. And based on resemblance alone, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to suggest that she will play Katee Kryze. So far for the Kenobi series, we can confirm that Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor will return. There's also been speculation that Ray Park, Liam Neeson and Ian McDiarmid will be reprising their roles as Darth Maul, Qui-Gon and Palpatine respectively. I can't wait, we have so many shows to look forward to, and as always I'll be covering it on my channel. Up next though in Star Wars we have The Bad Batch to look forward to, and that drops on Star Wars Day, May the 4th. So my dear friends, that is all of the news I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell, and also if you're feeling generous, please consider heading over to Patreon. For just $2 or $10 a month you can get exclusive access to content that's not found here on YouTube. I'm Star Wars Meg, wishing you all a phenomenal rest of the day, no matter where you dwell in the galaxy. Have a good one.